you can look at this and make sure everything's right. And I'm just going to check YouTube quickly to make sure everybody on YouTube can see us. We're going live on YouTube. Yes, we are live. Yay! So on YouTube, if you see us, please comment below. Let us know that you're seeing us. YouTube is showing us switch sides.
Switch sides. That's hilarious.
Perfect.
We are enjoying this beautiful afternoon with the lovely Paula, who you'd swear she's in a remote location.
Yeah, she's not beside us. She's not
could
like right there.
Touch her at all.
Hi, Paula.
Well, hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you.
Great. This is kind
we
of
are
nice.
Definitely relaxed.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for coming up to this fabulous location.
No,
show.
Thank you for having us in this fabulous location.
Yes.
We were
forever grateful.
Very grateful to be able to.
What have we done so far today?
Well, we had amazing poutine. I'm not gonna lie, we had a poutine, but I haven't tracked it yet. I'll have to figure out a way to track it, but I will. I'll put it in there. I don't know how many points it's gonna be, but it'll be in there.
It's worth every
Mine
point.
was a sweet chili Thai poutine, so it was delicious. There was like chicken bites, like chicken tenders on it with sweet chili Thai sauce and gravy and cheese. They had noodles, crunchy noodles and onions on top. It was amazing.
So if anybody was watching us on YouTube, yes, we are in Zoom as well. So if somebody was asking the question, and yes, you can join Zoom. We just are not allowing anybody to actually chat in there, but you can watch us there as well.
You can chat through the typing chat, of course.
Yes. So I think
we're ready to go. So
we're ready.
All of you know, we've done 21 questions now for the last 3 years. We did it first with our friend Lisa.
2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the third one.
Yes.
So 2 years. Last 2 years, we've done 21 questions. Our friend Lisa asked us while we were in our house. Last year, we did it live in Zoom with all of you, where all of you got to ask us questions. And so this year, we wanted to do it a little bit different, and we didn't want to be prepared for it. So we asked our own Oprah, as we like. Popra. We're gonna call her Popra now. No, that doesn't. No, our own Paula. Paula is a fantastic, amazing, not only WW coach, but an amazing friend of ours. And we could not have thought of anyone better to then ask us these questions.
We literally went, who can do this?
Paula. And both of us at the same time,
We
like
said
instantaneously. It was Paula.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of other people could have done it as well, but we thought, you know, Paula is near and dear to us.
I have a story I want to share.
She's a friend of ours.
I want a story I want to share about Paula.
I remember this.
So when we first started our journey, we were posting on Twitter. We hadn't met Paula yet.
We hadn't met her in person
and
yet.
Paula is on Twitter as well, and she would actually share some of the stuff that we would do. And I still remember when you shared our tweet with Mindy Grossman, and we got to have lunch with her because you started that whole tweet with her.
If it wasn't for you, we would never have had lunch with Mindy Grossman.
Exactly.
And Mindy Grossman is a good friend of Oprah. So there's our
6 degrees of separation.
3 degrees. 1, 2,
yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
We're close, my friends. We're close.
Yes, we are so close.
And you know what? Just behind the cameras, what you don't see was there was a little, switch today before we quickly went live. And I remember
Paula, you're muted right now.
Oh no.
That's why So that's why I'm going to fix that.
No problem.
That's why people are saying you're low.
I'm muted.
Yes.
How dare we mute Oprah? How dare you, Paula?
Why you weren't showing up. There we go. There we go.
After
16 months. The one thing we all say is
You're
muted.
We still haven't figured that out yet, have we?
It doesn't matter. So what I was saying was, prior to all this, obviously we're still figuring things out. I remember watching the first Oprah live when she did a Zoom and there was technical difficulties. So it can happen to all of us. Doesn't matter who you are right now, but we're just, Oprah had technical difficulties. So, I think we're in good company.
I think it's...
She's on screen now. You're good. You're actually showing up on YouTube now because you weren't showing up when you were talking. That's why I was like, why isn't she showing up?
Okay,
Am I
good?
Yes.
And I think we're all go with the flow type of people.
The ringer this
Let me tell you,
afternoon. They've
had
been tubing,
My arm's gonna
they've
hurt
been
tomorrow.
We went-
They've been swimming, trying to stand on a boogie board. We've had some fun this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right, doing that.
You did?
Yes,
And
when you were gone.
I was reluctant to get my hair wet, so after this I'll be joining you all the fun.
We get to swim with Paula later.
Let's get these questions rolling. So,
Excellent. Let's do this.
I listened to the other 21 questions, so I hope I haven't haven't repeated anything. And I'll say it's a bit of a challenge, you guys, because you're an open book. So I'm going to try and come up with some questions that hopefully will shed some light for everybody, because you share everything, which we love about you. There's nothing that you don't really share. So hopefully we'll learn some new things. Okay, everybody, we ready to go? Okay, I have about 40 questions.
I'm excited.
The timing is up. We'll be done. Okay, some of them might just be one-word answers. Some of them might be longer. Okay, are we good? Okay, are we good?
So someone's saying it's double speaking right now.
You hear me twice?
Yes. Yeah. They said they all hear echo. Okay, hold on. Let me.
We are by
Give me a few seconds, everyone. Okay.
Thanks for your patience, everybody.
We're just gonna see if Zoom. Yes. Suppress sounds.
We have to suppress sounds. That sounds very morbid. I don't like suppressing sounds. Well, there's certain sounds.
Suppress our sounds.
Automatically adjust. Okay, let's try that again. See if that works a bit better.
Thank you, everybody, for your patience.
You guys are
We
fantastic.
just have to figure things out, especially as we're lakeside. It's a
We
little
are
different.
lakeside.
Just a little different. It's Lake Simcoe for anyone wondering in the background.
Is that better, everyone in Zoom? Is that sounding better?
Yes, I
Much
seen some
better.
head
People
nods.
are
and
nodding.
some
Give us
finger-
some
Give us
thumbs
some
up. Give us
thumbs
some
up.
love. Let us know.
Okay, cool.
Are we good? Okay. I'm just looking at the camera. I'm not doing anything
No,
technical.
don't switch it. We can't switch it.
Oh,
we're,
okay.
we're streaming.
I
We can't
gotcha.
switch it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're good.
Are we sure we're good?
Yeah.
There might be boats in the background, everybody.
We'll talk louder.
It's just the way it is. You know, we're al fresco. We're having a good time. We're keeping
You're
our
saying perfect now.
Yay.
we're keeping our 6 feet apart, even though we're in the same vicinity, which is sticking to all the rules too. So, okay, I'm going to start very quickly with maybe 2 or 3 fire questions, and then we'll go into something a bit deeper. Okay.
Love it.
All right. Window seat or aisle?
Window.
Aisle.
Good job. You traveled together.
Yeah.
Favorite app?
Google Keep.
Keep.
Google Keep.
Google
We
Keep.
talked about it on one of our. We actually released it this week again
Yeah,
on our.
that's your favorite app?
Yeah.
Really?
Because we are organized guys. Like we always talk about how we lead our lives in an organized way, and that app allows us to be organized.
And I think when
Okay.
you said app, because it's in my mind, like if you would have said favorite game, I might have said something different. But because app to me, an app
Okay.
is something that is helpful for my day, and that one helps me the most. Like it keeps us organized.
Okay, next
Definitely
question.
Or any of the Google apps, because we play
We
with
use
Google.
all of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question. What app do you use the most? If it's different.
Facebook.
Facebook for Nick, yeah. Jean-Luc?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Facebook?
Facebook as well. Facebook or no, TikTok.
TikTok?
I'm a TikTok fanatic.
He's obsessed with it. He's always every night he's on it, and
I'm on it all
So
day.
TikTok
even
and Facebook, so both social
Yeah.
media. That doesn't surprise us, my friend. Shocker. Okay, so do you still have one thing from your childhood?
I do. So I have a puppet. When I was a little kid, I had this like little rabbit puppet, and I called it Tigrette because I was French, and so I still have it in my bedside, in our chest, in
It's
our
in our
memory chest.
chest. I'll tell you what, I probably do have something in from my childhood in that chest, but I can't remember what it would be. The only thing I do remember that I have in there, which is from when I was in high school, is I played the Phantom of the Opera in a high school production of Phantom. We were lip singing because they couldn't find a Christine that could sing her part, because I would have totally done Phantom. And I had bought the actual replica of the mask
yes.
in Toronto when I went and saw the play, because I've seen Phantom 7 times.
So
in
that was
Toronto.
one thing.
So that's one thing I have. I know in that chest is the plastic replica of the Phantom of the Opera mask.
Isn't it funny how we would probably keep more now? Like looking back, you probably had things you wish you kept, maybe. That
There
you
is
don't-
one thing that we did keep, and we're actually showing it tomorrow night on our live show,
Okay.
which is a sheets from Nick's childhood, Smurf sheets that my mom cut up and put onto like
My
made
childhood
us
blanket.
memory tarps or memory
I love
blankets.
that.
Yeah.
I know that's now common. I mean, these things we didn't have when we were young, because now they're on the internet. Everything. So that's a good idea. I'll do it. Right. Whereas you didn't have the ideas. But I love that. I know people have done that. What movie makes you cry every time?
Stepmom.
Yeah, for him, stepmom. You want to explain why?
That movie came out right at the same time that my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. So when we went to see that movie, and we were watching the entire movie thinking, oh, this is going to be like a funny stepmom movie. And then come to find out, no, it's about
Yeah.
Some chemo and the cancer, and it was weird to be sitting in the theater going, wow, this is actually happening in our life somewhat now.
So it comes back every time you.
Oh, there was another one that made me cry too.
Which one?
Oh.
Another one at the beginning
yes.
only. At the beginning, but I think that makes everyone. Yeah.
For me, I know I cry a lot of Harry Potter.
Oh,
Last
you
movie.
did.
I don't deal well with death in movies, so I did cry a lot of that movie. But I don't know which one makes me cry all the time. I cry a lot. I'll be honest. I think I cried almost every single movie. That's sad. Even TV shows.
TV show commercials.
Oh, I will never forget going to the movies once when I was years ago, and the movie with what's that actor that was in all the
Sigourney Weaver?
No, why he dated I can't think of his name, but he drove in a car with the urn of his father. I can't remember the name of the movie.
Maybe someone will.
Someone will remember that. Someone will
YouTube.
remember. But he drove. There was a whole drive of, and I cried at the preview just because of how he was in the car with his dad, and the urn was sitting beside him this entire car ride, and it made me bawl.
So is it safe to say you're both very soft?
Oh, we're softies. Oh, we definitely are.
Because some people would be like, no, don't cry, baby, so you guys can reel them off.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it. I love it.
We're both very emotional guys.
We are very
I love
emotional.
it. I love it. There's nothing wrong with that too. I love it.
We wear our hearts on our sleeves.
Absolutely. A slang word you hate.
Slang word I hate.
You got some short ones and some long ones.
Slang word that I hate. Oh, you know what? And I know this sounds funny. It's the word homosexual in French.
Yes. I
Why?
prefer being called gay than homosexual.
Yeah. And I know homosexual is not a slang word, but
Yeah.
It just feels very doctor.
Yeah.
It feels like it almost feels like, to me, it feels like it's a treat, like you're getting diagnosed with
a
homosexuality.
sickness.
Yeah.
It sounds
Yeah.
like a
So for me, it
sickness.
sounds, and so when people say, "Oh, you're gay," I'm like, yeah, to me
Yeah.
that sounds more. That's the term I use the most
Yeah.
because it makes me feel the most comfortable. But it's true because whenever your mom says it, we always go like,
It makes me.
I don't know why, because the way she says it too,
It's in
sounds-
French.
Yeah,
It's not in English. The word homosexual in English doesn't bug me, but when I hear that word in
it
French,
just does. And I
For
think
some
even
different
growing up
reason.
thing.
maybe it is.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we're teased or something.
Possibly.
Worst smell.
Mustard.
Okay. I think I knew that one.
Worst smell for me.
Worst smell.
Sewers. Like the
Ooh.
sewer smell. Like when you go camping and you have I remember being a
The
kid
outhouse.
camping, outhouse sewers, or going camping, and we'd have septic tanks
Yes.
at our trailer,
Yeah.
and they would bring the big truck in
Clean
once
it.
in a while to empty them.
Yeah.
Ugh. That
Okay,
was
so
the worst
favorite smell.
smell. Oh my god, this is gonna be fun.
Favorite smell.
You want me to say mine then,
Yeah,
since
go.
you're fixing?
Yeah.
It's Nick.
Oh,
No, I know that sounds silly, but I love how he
No.
smells. There's a smell about him that I can't. There's sometimes where he don't smell all that good.
I was gonna
mind you.
say, does he always smell so
But
good?
very rarely does he stink. I will be honest with you.
I
In my
don't-
opinion, he doesn't.
So, I
his
don't-
sweat doesn't smell.
I don't have to wear deodorant as much as he does. I
Yeah.
can actually go sometimes days without it because I don't actually sweat smelly. And so even though I
Or
sweat
his
a ton,
pheromones
Yeah.
are just what I like. I don't know. Apparently.
Well, that's what the connection is.
Yeah, I guess
Obviously,
so.
he smells good.
and then my favorite smell is vanilla.
Mm.
Vanilla.
I'm a big
Mm.
vanilla fan.
Apparently I stink.
Well, you do. Sorry, honey.
Can I
vanilla.
call him a 5-letter word that
No,
starts
you
with a
can't.
B?
All right, next question. We get into domestic. I'm not going to ask the next question. I'll go on to
Divorce.
another one. You're in an airport. What magazine do you both pick up to read on the plane?
People or something like having to do with celebrities.
If
and
it has to
gossip.
be a
We're both-
magazine, if it has to be a magazine,
Gossip.
yeah, it would be gossip.
Like-
Stuff, like yeah, anything gossip.
We're not big, like we read the news and we keep up with it, but we don't really read that kind of stuff. If I want to read news, I'll go on like Google News or something or peruse what's going on in the world.
I know maybe that's an old question because
was
you know
gonna
who
say,
buys
my-
magazines anymore. But I think it sometimes says a lot about you, what you pick to read and take away on holidays or read on the plane. Some people, it's they like the National Geographics or something.
I'll explain our mentality around that. So when before the pandemic hit, we used to watch anything and read anything. But when the pandemic hit, we realized that the world was so dark that anything we watched couldn't be dark.
Yeah.
So in the last 2 years, we've not been able to watch any movies that were sad, any movies that caused us to feel negative because that was added on to already our negative feelings.
Right,
So
yeah.
we watched everything.
We watched one movie throughout the entire thing called Greenland, and it's not a Netflix movie, not Netflix, Amazon Prime movie with Gerard something, and it's about the end of the world. And the two of us, I literally had a panic attack during that movie. My heart rate went up to 100 beats per minute while I was sitting on the couch, and all I could think of was, we're going through this now, although it's not a meteor.
We don't need
it's a
any more
virus.
negativity. Yes, I love that. So
more.
these magazines have to be just a load of rubbish that you read, and yep, I get it. Favorite Sesame Street character?
I'll give that to you because I've never watched it.
My favorite Sesame Street character, okay, honestly, is Oscar the Grouch.
Why?
Because it's my dad. No, it's my dad. My dad was known to be Oscar the Grouch his entire life. Like I even found a Halloween picture. My mom had it last weekend at her house of him dressed up. We made him an Oscar the Grouch costume.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
That's
a good question then. I didn't know that. Yep. Okay, next question. What would be a cause dear to your heart if you had to say you wanted to support a cause?
Good question. Well, I think the biggest cause for me right now that I'm holding near and dear to my heart is the Alzheimer's right now, especially because my dad is suffering from Alzheimer's, and it's something that speaks to me because I wish there was a way to figure it out, and I know there isn't. And what's hard is it's hard on the people that are seeing that person suffer. And I wish there was more support out there for individuals that are going
and the caregivers.
Like because the caregivers, even like the nursing home, I look at them and I give them so much honor and respect because to be able to, I find it difficult. He's my own father, and there's times where I'm sitting there talking to him and repeating the same thing over and over again is so difficult. But these caregivers do it without even a second thought. And I know some of them are like, okay, they get paid for it, but there's more to it when you're in that type of profession and when you're in that environment ongoing.
People are calling about echoes in Zoom, and I'm trying to fix the echo, guys. I can understand we are right near each other, and there's a lake, so I try to tweak with it. So please bear with us. They're saying it's good now. So I lowered microphones. Hopefully everything sounds good now.
You just get to hear us more than once. Yeah, perfect. Okay, Nick, same question to you. A cause that's dear to your heart.
For me, animals. I since I was a kid, I've loved animals. Like I literally, if I'm in a pool and I see a spider in a float or stuck somewhere in a pool, I will pick it up and save it because I don't want anything to be hurt or unnecessarily. Of course, if I'm walking down the street and a mosquito comes at me, I'll smack it. I'm not like, oh, little mosquito, go ahead. You know, take the blood. Like, I don't do that. But
he does sometimes.
No, I don't. But what I'm saying is that I don't like hurting things. So for me, animal causes. I think animals and children are innocent, and I think that they need to be protected the most because they are so innocent. So I just, it kills when I see people hurt animals. It just causes a thing in me that no one's ever seen. My anger, when I get very angry, it does cause that.
You don't want to see him angry.
I love that. I love that. So different causes, but I love that. And they always come, I find what you support or what you endorse and want to help comes from the heart. So that's lovely. Thank you for sharing, because I think, I know that you're very open about your dad with his Alzheimer's. So I know that, by sharing things, you make things help other people as well that are probably going through it. So it's always important. Okay, let's lighten it. Did you go to prom?
I did.
Did you take a date?
I did.
Female or male?
Female.
That was well done, guys.
That's a great question, actually.
It was a friend of mine from high school who was a year younger than me. I had OAC, so grade 13. And so I did my prom only grade 13. I only did it once, and I did it with a friend. And I have pictures of it, actually, of us going to prom. And he did like 3 proms. 4 proms.
4?
Yes. So
he gets around.
I do.
I
did 4 proms. What happens is my high school was a very, very small high school. I was the second graduating year of our high school. So when I was in grade 9, there was only a 10th grade above me. There was no 11th or 12th grade. Okay. So by the time that 10th grade got into 12th grade, there was going to be maybe 50 people at their prom. So they opened it up to us, the 11th graders, to go with them to their prom. So we did that. And then I went to my prom. Then I went to OAC prom. And then I was invited back to somebody else's prom after. So I did a lot of proms. Even my prom, I was in a tuxedo with tails, top hat, and cane. That's what I wasn't gay.
No, at all.
I didn't want.
We definitely need to see those pictures.
I will
think,
bring
right,
those
my
out.
friends?
Yeah, I will bring, and I went to my prom, my 2 proms. I went to this with the same girl. She was a really good friend of mine.
That's lovely. Let me see. Best concert.
Best concert. I think Dolly Parton. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun, actually.
That
Dolly
was one of
Parton was
the
a
funnest
great
ones.
concert.
I wasn't expecting Dolly Parton. I'll be very honest.
Well, I haven't been to many. Like, I'll be honest.
Are you not concert goers?
We are.
We don't. You know what? It's not that we don't like them, but we find them so expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To put that much money out, and not to say that the artists don't deserve it because they do a lot of work, but I'm like, I could listen to the Dolly Parton concert was great, and I did go see Celine Dion in Toronto right before I met Nick, actually, and it was a phenomenal concert.
Yeah, she'd be on my list of ones to
So
see.
she puts on a good show. I know Antonetta loves her as well, so I'm sure one day maybe her and I can figure out a way to go see Celine somewhere.
Count me in. I'm there with you.
Definitely.
Title your own book.
Don't give up.
Ooh, I like
Because my life before this, I shared a story earlier on the doc. So for those who don't know, I actually, when I was younger, I used to take a lot of swimming lessons. I was actually a very good swimmer. I still am to this day. Jean-Luc can attest to that. I can do butterfly, all of them. I can do all the strokes. I can tread water for like a long time. I had one course left before I could become a lifeguard. I had one course left to take, but I was overweight. So I told myself, nah, give up. You're not going to be a lifeguard. You're overweight. So you're never going to be able to do one. So I quit. And that's been my pattern throughout my entire life. I got to a point where I was like, oh, you're too big to do this. So why keep going? So quit. And so that's why now my book would be Don't Give Up, because this is the first time that I've never really given up on something that's not school, because I never gave up on school or education. That I always went through the entire thing. But when it came to personal things like working out or taking care of myself or doing projects, I never actually made it fully through.
Wow.
So that's mine.
That makes me teary. That's good. That's really good.
It's funny that you say that, Nick, because the first thing that came up to mind at first was, can I do that? But no, it's more of a, I did that. That's what my book title would be. I did that. Because even back in the day when I was at my biggest, I still did things sometimes like singing in front of a lot of people or interpreting in front of a lot of people. And I still was pretty open about that. But now I sit there and I'm like, wow, I did that. I went tubing for the first time at 44 years old today. I've never gone tubing before. And to be able to hold on to that tube,
We didn't fall off.
and not fall off. I'm like,
And
I
Paula's
did that.
husband tried. He tried to make us fall off. We succeeded.
And I'm like, I'm very proud of what I've been able to accomplish in the last couple of years, even more so.
We'd love to read those books, wouldn't we? Those would be great.
It's something
Yeah.
that we have a lot of thoughts and projects that we've thought of. Like the cookbook is definitely something that's being worked on right now. And we have had an idea of writing like our story,
That'd
like
be
our past,
amazing.
what we both went through as children, to show people what we went through as gay kids and what kind
Yeah.
of happened through that aspect of it. And then when we met, how it all happened, and then just also like our headspace when we were bigger and what we used to go through then, and now how we go through life now and how everything's changed. And just I think it would be a cool thing to get down, just that we're not writers. Everybody knows this. That's why we do videos all the time.
I guess it'll be a movie. You'll
Yeah,
see
it'll
the
be a
movie
movie.
before the book comes out.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
be
make a
the
movie.
opposite. We'll make
That'll
a
be
movie
the
and then the
movie
book will
first.
come
I'll
out
play
after.
Jean-Luc.
And then somebody will write the book about you.
Nick.
I'll play Nick. He'll play me.
I'll just say love, love, love a lot, and I'll say a smidge of this and a soup some of that.
So
Right?
that's my next question. Who would you have play you in a movie?
That's hilarious.
That's a good segue. Look how good I
Not even
am.
planned.
Not even planned.
What would be yours?
Who
would you
play
have
me in a
play you?
movie? Okay, if it could be anyone, I know this sounds funny, but a lot of people said I look like him. He's no longer with us,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but it would have been Robin Williams. Robin Williams would have been. I
That
love.
would be
I
cool.
loved him my entire
Yeah,
life. So I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that would be
yeah,
such a
yeah.
cool-
That'd be fun.
To play me now as an adult, to play the older Jean-Luc.
I'm like, my head's going straight to like, can I pick
Yeah,
like,
of
Ryan
course.
Reynolds? Because I-
Please, I'd love to sleep with
I'd
him.
have to meet him. I'd have to meet him, and then I'd be like, "Hi, Ryan, you're playing
So
me." That's-
no, I like this. That means Robin Williams gets to lay in bed with. Wait a minute
not
here.
yet.
That's not a fair question.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But it makes you think, doesn't it? Makes you think, A, who
does.
you look like, or your personality.
Personality.
Come out in your personality. Let's see. Best imitation. Who can you imitate? Can you do any
I
imitation?
can't do anyone.
No.
You can do a French Canadian very well.
I can do French Canadian very well, but I can also do Moira sometimes.
yes,
I can
yes.
do Moira from Schitt's Creek.
I don't watch Schitt's Creek, but people
David.
will do.
David, what are you doing? I can't do her the way she speaks, but her enunciation. But there, if you want me to speak to you in the French Canadian accent, there I can. 1, 2, 3. Right? I can do it
I
all the
can't-
time if you want. Hey, Sarah MJ is laughing. I can see
She sees it.
she sees the French and she hears it in her oreille.
There you go. There we go. That was a good imitation. And Nick,
No, I don't.
No.
Do I do any?
Oh, you can do one.
Who?
Do the movie.
Oh, I can. If anybody's seen the movie Enchanted, there's these chipmunk. Pip.
The chipmunk.
And at one point, she's trying to warn the prince that the guy that he's working with is evil, and he's imitating the plot of the movie. So he goes, "Would you like an apple? No, it's okay. Are you sure? It's good. Oh, okay. La 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 la." That's the extent of my imitation. So have you ever seen that movie, Enchanted? Yes.
now we're all going to watch Enchanted just to see.
That clip is our favorite clip.
Yeah.
The movie is fantastic, but
Yeah.
that clip is just amazing.
Oh, it makes me laugh. So Jean-Luc can imitate someone French Canadian, and Nick can imitate a chipmunk.
Yeah.
A cartoon
So, a
chipmunk.
cartoon- so I guess imitation is not your forte.
No, we couldn't be comedians in that way. Like we can talk and make people laugh, but in terms of imitations,
I can do Cher.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, but that's a sing. That's a sing. That's
Yeah,
good
that's a
though.
singer.
Okay.
That's different.
All right. What makes you angry?
when Jean-Luc leaves stuff open, that makes me angry. He knows it too, and he does it on purpose. So
We all know that.
yeah, everyone knows that.
What makes me
But I
angry?
want to think of something in in real life. Something that makes me angry is
What makes me angry is when we can't respect people for their differences.
yeah.
That really makes me angry because you know what? I'm different and I'm unique, and I want everybody else to be able to feel that themselves, that they can be different and unique and not feel judged and not feel like there's something wrong with them.
It's funny because we're both from smaller cities growing up, and so we left our cities. And when I remember growing up in Sudbury, and there's a lot of like, oh, Toronto this, Toronto that, or big cities this and this. I remember being part of that, and then you leave and you experience we're living in a big city, and you realize that why it's different down here, why things happen a certain way. And I think what happens is we don't put ourselves in other people's shoes often enough. And we've learned that lesson the last few years because we used to be we've been very vocal about this. We were very negative, and we used to always be very angry when we used to actually take any situation. So Jean-Luc's a perfect example. Anytime he would call a customer service rep, or we would go in somewhere, he always walked in with anger right away. He didn't walk in with let me deal with the person first and see where this goes, and then I'll get angry if things don't go well. He would just say anger right away. And through the years, we realized everybody's going through their own crap right now. Everybody's going through something. They might not be going through what you're going through, but everybody's themselves has something going on in their heads.
We all have our own bowl of Cheerios, and
Exactly.
nobody else. We don't let anybody pee in it, and you
so
shouldn't pee in it
what
yourself.
makes me mad or makes me angry is people not realizing that everybody else is living their own lives and that everybody's going through something. So when you
And be
walk up to a
respectful.
situation, be respectful. Yeah. Try your best to be respectful. I know sometimes there's a limit. Like, of course there's a limit. We get angry. We're not always happy. There's a limit, but I think that's
I'm angry with you right now
why
because you said I leave everything open.
he does. He so does, everyone. I mean, it's a
And we
sickness.
found out where it comes from.
Yeah.
My mom.
Yeah.
Ah,
She leaves
hereditary.
everything open as well in the kitchen. I walked into the kitchen when we were there last week, and I was like, "Look at hon, look at."
We need to make you laminated little
Cards.
stickies on the door.
Close the door.
Just to make Nick happy. And then it would drive Jean-Luc crazy because there's things all over the cabinet.
I just walk behind him and close it now.
It's not as bad as it used to be now because we're in an open concept kitchen. So I see it. But back in the day, I would go to the kitchen, I'd pull something out, I'd walk out, and then
I'd walk in later.
and he'd walk in and 6 cupboards were open.
I'd be like,
yeah,
close, close, close.
So next question then. Do you collect anything? Do you collect anything?
We do collect, I guess it's a collection. We collect all your letters.
Yeah.
We have a chest at home. We call it our memory chest, and every letter, every card, everything that you guys have sent us is in that chest.
You collect fan memorabilia.
Yeah, fan memorabilia. We keep all that stuff in our chest.
Because it's like, I don't look at you guys as fans. I look at you guys as all friends and family.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. That's why when everyone's like, oh, we're fangirling, I'm like, we're not really, you know what?
We don't feel that, like, it's so funny because people always say, like, we meet, like, people tell us on social media, like, oh, if I met you guys, I'd be so scared. I'm like, it's like, guys, we're really regular guys.
You don't need to be scared of them. They're the nicest people.
We're really regular guys. We don't really like we've seen people post saying, oh my God, I saw them on the subway and I didn't say hi. I was too. It's like, guys, if you see us anywhere, say hi. We will chat you up for hours. Make sure you have no plans after.
Yeah, make sure you don't have
no other plans.
Just don't say hi if you need to be somewhere quickly.
If you need to be out of there quickly, don't
warn
say
us
hi.
ahead.
Yeah.
Say, I'm only saying hi because I have to go.
That's really funny. I'm gonna ask Nick, do you have a secret talent?
I think my secret talent is I've been thinking it's not a secret. My secret is my graphic design. A lot of people don't. Social media is all created by me.
I guess we don't know. No, we didn't know. I guess.
I do all the pictures. Everything that we do on our social media is currently run by us. There's no one else that helps us
even
right now.
more of a photographer you are till recently. So he does have if he had an even better camera than his iPhone, I'm sure the pictures he would take would be stunning because he has a great eye and a great perception of things.
I credit my dad for that.
Yeah.
My dad used to be a photographer growing up, and he had always pictures. And as a kid, I used to always look at the pictures that were in our albums. And so I saw how he took pictures, and I kind of follow what he used to do with his pictures, and it works all the time. It works all the time for me. So everything's created on our website, the website itself, all the posts we do, everything we do on our group, all the challenges. I'm the one that creates all that stuff. Jean-Luc is the one that does all the recipes. He's the one that cooks for me. He's the one that does like all the email answering. He's the one that does all the most of them when people send him messages. He's the one that answers people email, like all that stuff. He takes care of a lot of HR. I take care of a lot of the posting. You know, it's true.
I'm HR.
He's HR. He is HR, and I'm the technical
I'm
stuff.
HR. Yeah. People don't like me normally.
Sorry, being downgraded.
Don't ask for a raise, people. It's not coming.
All right, so Jean-Luc, same question to you then.
My secret talent?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a secret, but I can knit and crochet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
did you guys know that?
Crochet. And I create my own patterns. For the longest time, my mom taught me when I was very young. And I prefer crocheting than knitting because I find crocheting easier. Knitting is difficult to me. But I got tired of following the patterns that you read. So I would just go, okay, let's see if this works. And I would make blankets. I've made baby blankets for all of my friends. I've made blankets for my grandma. I made blankets for my mom that she had on her couch for years. And it was something I did. And then after I broke my wrist, it became more difficult and more challenging. So I haven't done it in a while. But
we don't have wool anymore.
No, I don't think I have wool.
He had a wool.
I had a whole kit
at the house.
You're reminding me of if you've seen Tom Daly on the Olympics, he's been knitting and crocheting and all the outfits. That's Jean-Luc.
TikTok. He finished his sweater from the Olympics. It's beautiful. I just saw it. He showed it on TikTok.
I just saw his little medal thing that he made that puts his medal in, and I mean, gosh, but I didn't know, like, you know, you think these talents that people have. So I didn't know that. See, I don't know if anyone else know that. Maybe it was a secret. See, what can't you live without? And you're not allowed to say each other. You're not allowed to say each other. You got to think of something else.
Keiko Senseba.
Oh, I won't go there because that's definitely. What can I live without?
I'll think of something, a thing instead.
Yeah, something you like that you would really. If we couldn't, like, if it was the pandemic, it's not toilet paper, but what could you really think I need to stop?
I couldn't live without chicken. I need chicken in my life. And I know that's a weird thing.
No, no.
I'm very fussy. And so if chicken disappeared, I'd be reduced to very little things to eat. So I can't live without chicken.
I could not live without social interaction. And I know a lot of people would think that, but I thrive on it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I can live without this thing either anymore.
Well, now that you have two of them, it's worse.
I have 3.
Yeah, we
I
have.
have a work one, I have our old one, and that one. Believe me, guys, it's a whole science to posting things. Sometimes you have to copy things to other apps. If you have 2 phones, they copy across phones.
And iPads and iPhones. So if
Yeah.
you copy on, say, copy, and then go to your iPad and push paste,
It'll paste
it'll
from your
paste
phone.
from your phone.
So what I do is when I'm doing posts for you guys, if I'm on Connect in the US, I'm on Connect in Canada, I'll write in Canada, I'll copy it and then paste it to my other phone and paste it and post it at the same time. That's how, like, guys, I had to learn all these tricks to
You
figure
just
all
made
this out.
Paula cross-eyed.
I thought I did quite well posting in like 5 different groups.
It's a science. It took a long
I
time.
tell you, it does take a long
It takes a
time.
long- yeah.
It is. But we appreciate all the time you put into it because
I
then
love doing
no
it.
matter where we are, we find you, and that's what we want. So that's important. All right. Okay, let's get a bit deeper. Your biggest learning experience in your life.
I think my dad passing away in Antigua
Oh,
was the
that's
biggest
huge.
learning experience for me because I had never really gone through death before.
Yeah.
I had, but it wasn't anyone that close. And
We were in a complete
we were a
different
completely
country.
different country when it happened. And so I had to learn all the how death works, seeing someone die in front of me. Like that was a huge learning experience. I think I aged like 5 years that year just because of all the stuff that happened. And not just that, like learning about insurance and all that, it all happened at that one moment. And my mom, like going through that, that was, I think, the biggest learning experience for me.
And I think my biggest learning experience was when I finally, at 25, when I came out of the closet and I left my parents' house and moved out on my own in the US. I moved to the States. I didn't even stay in the same country. I moved to the States to work. And I went from always being at home with mom and dad and always having that security blanket to, oh my God, I'm on my own in my first apartment. I'm 25. Okay, I know how to cook, but I need to figure this, and I need to know how to manage my work life and balance, my new, hate to say it, when you come out at 25, you go through puberty all over again at that age. So it was kind of like this new revelation of meeting people, but still being afraid of who I am as a person. So I grew a lot and I learned a lot.
Well, if you think about it, as a teenager, most people go through, oh, I'm going out on a date for the first time. I'm kissing a boy I'm kissing someone from the opposite sex the first time. I'm going on dates. I'm learning. We didn't do any of that until we were 25. And so we had to learn that at a later age. So when you come out so late, you kind of like, okay, now I want to have
I want to experience that whole dating scene, and it's very different. It's not your typical dating scene when you hit 25 compared to 15 and 16.
And in a different country.
Nothing wrong with these states. He's here with me. That's why we wouldn't have met.
The really big learning experiences that probably you draw from on almost an everyday.
All the time.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, let's go on a bit lighter. What's one thing you would like to do that scares you, that you want to do but scares you?
Skydiving.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
On our
we've been
list
wanting to do it
for a
forever.
long time.
And Rose from,
no, it's Barb.
is it Barb? I thought there's Barb and Rose. There's a group
Yeah.
of them. It's Barb and Rose from Hamilton, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was Barb and someone else, not Rose.
Okay, I might be mistaken the name, but Barb.
If you
for
guys
sure.
are watching,
Tell
you
us.
know who you are.
You know who you are. They're part of WW and they do
Yeah.
it all the time, and they've invited us, and every time we just haven't been able to work it, and then pandemic
Ah.
hit, so we haven't to. But it's something that we both talked about for a long time because we love roller coasters.
But it scares you.
It scares
Definitely.
me. I know
It's
that.
that free
I know
fall.
that I won't be doing it on my own. I'll be doing it tandem because I'm not gonna be able to jump off on myself.
And
Someone's gonna have to push me.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to someone because someone we know just did it for her 60th birthday,
Ellen.
and that's
Ellen from Delaware.
Ellen from Delaware in the
Did she
US. She did it for her
really?
60th birthday. She
Wow.
posted it on her page.
Yeah.
Go check it out. It's amazing to
brave.
watch her. Yes.
That's
There's
great.
a few things we want to do. We want to go horseback riding. We
I
want
want to go parasailing.
Parasailing. We want to do hot air balloon.
I love a hot air
yes,
balloon.
yes.
Oh, I wouldn't be afraid of that. So.
No.
No, that's the thing. That's why I didn't.
You gotta,
do it.
it's the
Skydiving-
adrenaline rush, right? That you're kind of You want to do it, but you're frightened to sign that on that dotted line. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's like bungee jumping. I'd love to do it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I don't think I could jump.
It's hard. All those. But you know what I think? Doing something that scares you is it, or having at least something out there that you think like it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
You have to be challenged in life in some way, and I think that sometimes like doing things that scare you a little bit keep you kind of going.
Yeah.
Like I think that's
And you grow from them.
yeah.
Yeah.
This entire journey was scary.
Was scary. This was all scary, and it's like
But
we
we
had to go
one
through it.
step at a time, right?
Yeah.
You know, the bungee jumping and the parachute jumping and the skydiving is a little bit different. That was
Yeah.
a little bit more instant.
And they're quickly done.
Yeah.
We will say we had done the Canada's Wonderland
Oh,
free
yes,
fall
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
similar.
You're on your tummy, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're on your tummy, and we did it with Nick's mom years ago when we first met. We were leaving Canada's Wonderland that afternoon, and we were gonna go do it, but there was a lineup, and we're like, let's just go home. And as we were holding hands, and it happened to be Gay Pride Day. We had no clue, and so we're like, we can hold hands. Yay!
Why are all the men holding hands and the women? We can hold hands.
And his mom behind us as we leave, she goes, and I turned around right away. I said, we're going. And I went, we signed up. We waited the hour and a half it took in order to do it. And it wasn't you that had to pull the cord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, Mom.
Yeah.
See, we need these pushes
We
sometimes,
do,
right?
we do.
Sometimes it's not something you think you're going to do, but someone pushes you to do it, and then you love
Exactly.
it. Most expensive thing you've ever bought?
Most expensive
condo.
thing we ever bought?
In terms of thing or like a condo?
Item?
I get it.
An
Yeah,
item?
like a condo is. Yeah, I
Kinda,
guess.
it's
Yeah,
our
we all-
home, but
yeah. What a thing.
What was the most expensive thing we bought? We don't buy expensive stuff.
Or okay, let's phrase it maybe a bit different. Something that you bought that you thought was really an extravagance.
Oh, extravagant.
Extravagance. Maybe that's I should rephrase it. Something that's extravagant that's not necessarily expensive, but you thought was wow, we spent that much on
Okay,
that.
so
Our barbecue.
our barbecue when we owned a house. Yes. Oh my goodness. Never
was-
thought we'd spend that much money on
It
a
was
barbecue.
Napoleon barbecue, all souped up. It had lights in it. It
Yeah.
was like all high tech.
Like when it
and
turned when you turned the knob, it went from red to blue to red.
tell you it was on.
Oh,
So
And
you had-
there
gosh,
were- you
yeah.
opened the door
there
underneath
was
and the lights turned
there was
on.
lights inside too when you opened the barbecue. So it was really, and we had it for 2 years.
Did we have it? That
Yeah, we
long?
bought it. We had 2 summers, and then we sold our house.
We sold the house, so we
but
sold the
it was an
barbecue.
expensive barbecue. I think the whole house reno is the biggest thing that we
Yeah.
spent
yeah,
on.
when we renovated the outdoor of our house,
It was
that
really expensive, and then we thought we'd be there forever.
Yeah.
Like we thought and then we decided it was just not for us anymore, and that was what we put the most money in.
It's funny what we spend like you think how much, and then when you do it, you think okay, that was good.
That actually made me think of something though, which was something that we didn't buy for ourselves. But when we got married, we went to the Bay, was it, for our registry?
Yes.
And we there was a contest during this time, which the ladies like scan anything you see that you like, scan it, because if you scan it, the more you scan, you get chance to win a free honeymoon
Yeah.
or a
Oh.
prize. So we're scanning and
We
found-
scan. Oh, you like this place? Sure.
Yeah, we like it, we like it.
Scan.
We weren't expecting people to buy some of this stuff.
We got a
bought
plate
that
that's
was
like
like
$300.
$350.
And we're like,
And we're like, someone bought it.
we had the vase.
The vase that I never thought.
Yeah.
My sister bought me the vase. I was
Oh
like,
my
we're like, oh my
God.
god. I was like, not thinking that people were actually gonna.
we added like, okay, we want this. Like,
Yeah, we added,
towels,
like, regular stuff.
The fun stuff that you
But-
thought no one will ever spend that
She
money
was
on
like,
that.
scan TVs. You'd be surprised. Like 20 people were going together, and we're like, we're only having 50 people at our wedding.
Yeah. They're not gonna buy us a TV.
Yeah.
Oh dear. What would you put on a t-shirt?
Never give up.
I'm gonna be funny. Corn.
And it's kind of
I
time
want
to
everybody to drink water.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. Okay, so we can start merchandising already.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
It's actually
I know you are.
actively working on it.
It looks like it might rain soon here. My friends being outside, it's suddenly gone a little cooler here. You can't feel the temperature drop, but we're lakeside, so
It's nice and breezy. now.
yes, it's a bit breezy. So okay, I'll continue. Who was on your wall as a teenager?
Oh.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, because I was a fan of Buffy.
Oh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I was never allowed to have posters on my wall. My mom wouldn't let me, so Smurfs. But as a teenager,
Yeah.
I didn't have anyone on my wall. You know what? I went from the Smurf room to the African safari room where, like, I don't know why leopard print was one of my favorite things. I had leopard print elephants.
So who, if you could have had a poster
if anybody on my wall, if I could have had anybody, it would have been,
who was I was really into
I'm trying to think.
I don't
Such
remember.
a
Like, I was
teenage
into
thing.
Brad Pitt back then. Like,
what
when I
do
was a kid,
teenagers do now?
I don't
Do they put
know.
posters on their walls?
I don't
even
know.
think
No.
so.
The posters still
You
exist.
should ask your teenager.
I know. She doesn't have posters on her wall. She has saying.
Yeah.
Nice quotes and things.
It's funny because like I often strategically put a picture of a girl was with a guy that I like. You know, so I like, oh, I like her, but I'm like,
I like him more.
like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh wow.
strategically,
Yes.
like I remember I had a Cool Intentions poster because I loved Ryan Philippe, and it was Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Philippe on the picture on my wall, but it was like, I like
Wasn't
her.
Reese Witherspoon in there somewhere?
Yeah, too. That's what I'm saying. Like it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I like that.
Oh dear, that says a lot
It's
about the
very
era
different.
too.
Like even
Yeah,
though
right.
6 years is
Yeah.
not that big of a difference, but
No.
in that time frame, very different.
Yeah. I always like that question. That's a good question.
That's
Yeah,
a
because
really
you
good
never know what people have. Describe your favorite day.
This is a favorite day.
Aw.
Like we're very busy. Like people know this. We're constantly busy, and this is the first day in a long time where we feel kind of like we actually get to relax
Oh, that's lovely.
and just like and just do.
It's been great just being with your family today and getting to know you guys even more because
Yeah.
we feel pretty close to you, but even just, sitting around chatting.
We love people.
Yeah.
Like so we love situations. Like even last weekend, sitting with a friend Lisa, we talked for like 6 hours
on my mom's
on his mom's
patio.
balcony.
I
Down
love
on the
that.
balcony.
For 6 hours just talking with her just about anything, and that, like we just love chatting. And so if you're a chatter and you want to sit down with us and talk for hours, we will talk
We will
to you for
sit there and talk.
hours.
Ask the people that were at the Power 3 retreat when we were up till 3 o'clock in the morning,
That's
like
so
just
funny.
chatting.
So that was my next question. How do you unwind? I guess they kind of a little bit. How do you unwind though? Different from an ideal day, I guess.
So unwind is TV for us.
It's TV and it's alone time, and alone time to us is Nick and I together. We've come to realize that us being alone doesn't make sense apart. Our alone
We don't like being
time
apart
is,
at all.
is we can be quiet in the room and not talk to each other and be completely fine with it. And as long as I know he's there, I feel safe. I feel secure. I feel good.
And that's how you
Secure, I
unwind.
feel good. And we were talking to my friend, another friend of ours, Elaine, and she was saying she likes being completely alone, where she's like, I could not see myself being with someone
To
all day,
unwind,
every
yeah.
day to unwind. And it's like, I've been asked to sing at my cousin's wedding in a couple weeks in Sudbury,
And I will
and
able to
he
go.
won't be able to go, and I'm going to be doing it alone, which is very odd for me.
It's our
Even though
first
it's
time
only going to
being
be like an
apart.
hour of us being apart, it's going to be really weird.
Yeah.
So next question. I've got 2 more questions. Okay, is that good? I think I did definitely more than
Yeah.
21. Sorry,
That's
everybody.
okay.
That's okay.
It's approximation.
It's
Yeah.
20 some questions.
20-ish,
Ish.
maybe 30. Some of them have been quick though.
They've been great.
Describe a perfect date night for the both of you.
Perfect date night for us is going somewhere unique.
Yeah.
So like when we went glamping, that's what would be a date night or date event for us. We
An
don't really do it.
experience.
We don't do a date nights because, like I said, we're so busy. So for us to set up something, it's usually like we set up a weekend, but we make a weekend out of the entire thing. Like we make make sure that we're doing things that we both enjoy, that we're also going to be able to relax.
We
We're
like
also
to
going to
find
be
unique, interesting
Yeah.
things to
do
do. It's
together.
not just going out to a restaurant and not that that's wrong, going to a restaurant or a movie. We're not the type to go to a movie. We'd
talk
rather
too
watch a movie
much.
at home.
like in a movie. We
And
have
we-
to shut
we
up for an hour and a half or
Yeah.
2
Now
hours.
that is
You ask us to
impossible.
shut up.
That's impossible for us to do.
We have a hard time having Paula host right now because
Guys,
we keep interrupting her.
I'll be honest. Growing up, my mom went to school teacher conference. You know, like the parent teacher nights. The one complaint she got about me is Nick talks too much.
Oh,
That's the one complaint she always got.
I been saying that forever, people? Haven't I?
there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
That's why I love him though.
So perfect date experience, as
Experience,
opposed
yeah.
to a night. And what would it have to include?
Something that's, like I said, unique. So
Different?
yeah, like for example, for us, a date night would be skydiving. Like that would be something we do as a date together. Like we would set that up.
Or
as-
going for an hot air balloon
hot air balloon.
ride
That
would be a date for us.
because we don't go to movies much anymore. And then
we would go out to dinner though. Like
Yeah.
we did enjoy going out to like unique
Trying
restaurants.
something
Like for
different.
example, something
Yeah.
different. There was one called in the beaches called Le Papillon, which was French cuisine, but it was
High
all
class.
Quebec
High
traditional
class
cuisine, but
cuisine, high class,
cuisine,
yeah.
high class pâté chinois,
Yeah,
which is
shepherd's
shepherd's
pie.
pie. But it was like very, very fancy. And we were like, wow, this is such a cool menu.
It was delicious.
And then what
But
else?
that poutine I had at lunch was better.
Oh, yeah, the poutine
It was
at
so
lunch
good.
From the chip shop.
Oh
I
my
had a
God.
burger too, a hamburger.
With beef. We had real beef.
There's the
Wasn't
beef.
turkey.
We're living it out there at the cottage.
Yeah,
We're,
totally
we're living it out. Okay, what I've got, two.
Oh, and homemade cannolis that were amongst absolutely amazing. The cannoli was
I
fantastic.
have taken pictures of all the food.
Oh my God.
All right. Sorry, two more questions. I had so favorite drink.
Di Serono,
Di Serono,
Coke
Coke Zero.
Zero.
I think we all know that.
Yeah,
That's a defunct
Well,
question.
I'll give another one. I love
Okay.
Mai Tais.
Oh,
When I
yes.
used to
Oh,
drink,
yeah,
when I
Mai
used to
Tai.
drink fruity drinks, I used to drink Mai Tais a lot, or strawberry daiquiris.
And I'm a martini guy.
Yeah.
You can give me any martini other than like.
But
No,
I
think would drink any
forego-
martini.
we got rid of those. Like I got rid of Mai Tais and all that stuff when I started this because it's one of the choices I make. I love these Toronto so much that I don't miss the other one. So it was a sacrifice.
something
I was
to
okay to make
substitute it.
myself.
And I look at it this way: as far as the fruity drinks, I can have the fruity flavors in a martini without all the calories because it's just pure alcohol. there's no filler, and then I'm like, yeah, I got 2 martinis and I'm feeling fantastic.
He loves to drink.
I love martinis.
He loves his cocktail.
I love a cocktail.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, the last question. What show would you like to cameo in?
Drag Race.
You want to be guest stars on Drag Race? We would love to be judges on Drag Race.
Could you imagine?
We've actually
Actually,
talked about it.
I would love to be like made up in drag. I've always said it. If there was a drag queen out there who'd be willing to do it and do me well, because I don't want to be like a ratchet drag queen. I don't want to be
busted
ratchet.
drag queen.
I don't want to be busted. I want to be glamorous. I want to
Okay.
have it all. I would love to do it, and I would love to sing live as a drag queen.
I don't
not
want to do it
lip
because I'd
sync.
have to shave, and I'm not taking this off again. I don't like taking my beard off, and I find I look weird.
There's drag queens with beards now.
True.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have a beard. And I'll
it's
just
The
still
Drag Race. No other TV
I would
show,
love
like
to.
TV show.
I would also love to be on Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I always, when I was bigger, I was always thought that I could do the Survivor diet. Go on Survivor and lose the weight that way. That was one of my. I always wanted, and I'm a big Survivor fan, and I've always loved the competition. So that was always something I would love to be on.
I know one that I'd love to be on, and it's gonna
Sex in
be.
the City.
It would be
could be her gay
fantastic.
friends.
We would love to be Carrie's gay friends because we love puns too.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a show, so I have no idea what they're talking about. I guess I need to catch up on the old series before watching the new series. Then I definitely think that's one you should be definitely starring in. Okay, anybody in the film industry, let's see what we can do. And on that note, I just want to say this is an absolute honor
An honor
to
for
be able
us.
to spend the day with you, and then to do this and have this in the vault of YouTube forever. So I will always have this as a treasured memory.
Likewise.
Thank you for inviting me. I got my Oprah moment.
And all of you in Zoom, you all get a picture of a car.
You get a
Picture of a
and
car for
get
you. A
car,
picture of
and
a car
get
for
car.
you. Yay!
We'll send them to you via text.
Yeah. We'll post it in the group or something. You can grab it there,
The
okay?
biggest, whatever you want. It's your
Or
picture.
go find one online, print it, put it on your wall, and say, "This was from Paula."
I'll give you anything you want
Any car you want.
on a piece of paper.
Lynn said she can't see me eating bugs on Survivor. No, I would get voted out on that challenge.
Well, you know what? Another show that we've always said we wanted to do was Amazing Race. We would
Yeah.
love to.
We
try.
applied.
Oh, you guys
We
would be
applied.
fun.
We applied
on
to Amazing Race
Race.
Canada. We
Yeah.
applied to it when we had
Yeah.
just lost our weight, but we think we were just too fresh then. We already know what we would do
Yeah,
next time if
it
we're
would be
applying
very
again.
different now.
Ooh,
Because we would definitely do it.
Who knows?
Yeah. Like,
watch this
who knows?
space. I
And
think
you
they'd
know
be
what's
really
funny?
good together too.
what's
You
funny
guys
is
would be
that no, you
amazing.
guys would be like,
We
you guys
would-
would watch us
you'd be
and
like-
argue for real. Like
You guys get along? You
Because
guys
when we
really get
argue,
along?
we argue. You'd see that on TV. So it's like when we fight, we fight. But the thing is that when we fight, we make up right away.
Well, and that's what. So there would be an argument. Move on.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So you'd be fine on the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
because you know why, and I'll tell you guys why it always happens that way. We always have a common goal. no matter what we're trying to get to is always the same thing. So we might not agree how to get there, but it's always the same goal. So we might.
Our compromising is more of a compra yelling.
Yeah.
And then eventually we compromise, but
and then we come to an agreement, and then it works out.
Because I think we're both very
strong-headed, strong-willed,
passionate, and have great ideas, but we don't sometimes look at it through a different perspective. So when the other person throws that perspective, we sometimes go, you didn't like my, in our heads, we're like, you didn't like my idea. And then we sit back and go, oh, well, his idea was kind of made sense.
Like he
Well,
sometimes
we can
tells
work
me,
together on this
he
idea.
sometimes when we're doing step class, this is when we argue the most. It's like when we come up with our step, my mom sat through one of those sessions and she's like, my God, you guys, yeah, we argue the entire time, but it makes us be more creative.
Yeah.
It makes us come up with different things. Like he'll suggest something, I'll like, oh, that will work. And then I'll start practicing like, oh, you know what? We just said there, maybe we put it here. It'll work.
Can't say you're right, but he'll say you're right in his own way.
Yeah,
We both say
it
you're
works
right.
both ways. Because you'll do the same thing to me. Like it's both ways.
love
I tell
it.
him so a lot. Told you so.
I do too.
Anyways,
thank
thank you so much,
This was
Paula.
lovely.
Thanks everybody in
Thanks
the
for
Thank
joining
you for
us.
joining us.
If you guys enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Yes, we will be sharing this across social media probably later today or tomorrow because I know a lot of people probably missed it. And again, we are going to be doing our body step class tomorrow at noon. Comment below if you want information. And if you guys enjoy the 21 questions, let us know because we might do part 4 next year.
If you guys have a different idea that could be fun, let's give us.
We love doing this kind of stuff.
We love doing this stuff. If you have something that you'd love to see us do,
just
we'll
tell us.
Most likely try to do it,
of course.
depending.
We
They'll
always
do
try to do it.
anything. Jump out of a plane, they'll do it.
And Paula, thank you so much for just letting us enjoy
and invade your family space. And
Oh well,
this
I can't
amazing-
wait to go for a swim with
Oh
you
my
guys.
goodness.
So as soon as we're done.
Yeah, it's like cut and swim. We're just jumping all
right
in.
in. Let's
Let's
do it
go. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a great night. Nice seeing you guys.
Love you all.
And Lynn said she loved the venue that we picked.
Oh well.
We wanted
was
something
gorgeous.
different. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye everybody.
Love you all.